Hi, this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and we are on our trip to Florida, and this is the second YouTube we're doing regarding the Renninger's Antique Center. We're at the flea market, and now we're going to the Antique Center, and we did it all in one day. Looks like to me they're having some sort of an antique show at the Antique Center here at the flea market in Mt Dora, so we're going to go check this part out and see what they got. I'm seeing all kinds of outside vendors, which is always a good sign. So we're gonna, this turns out to be kind of a bonus day. So we're gonna check out the outside vendors here at the Antique Center, and it was a bit of a bonus to us because there was a little bit of an antique show going on here. So much to see in one day. It was crazy. This really should have been a 2-day event for us, but we have our big flea market tomorrow. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. So on Monday, we're going to be going to Webster. So we're still here on the Sunday at the Renninger Center, and we're taking a look at some of these outdoor vendors, and they had some really nice things. That all antique, of course, lots of depression glass, pictures, fiesta ware, and if you see the camera being a little bit wanky, that's me doing it because I'm really shopping. This is a nice Moroccan amethyst plate there, but at $28 I couldn't make a profit on that, but really nice piece. Lots of good depression glass. So lots more depression glass. There's a lot of jewelry. These necklaces were $10 a piece. Not bad for your own collection. But for me to make a profit, that probably wouldn't have been able to happen. Now, behind the outside part, there's all these little tiny buildings. This was so cool. And there's like little shops within all the buildings. And there is a lot of buildings. We didn't even get to go to all of them because there was just so many. This was a very neat place to go if you want to look for some antiques. So we tried to show a few of the buildings, so you get a little idea of some of the things that some of the vendors have. This would be a dream for me to have a little building like this with all my own stuff. So cool. Lots of depression glass and dishware, and they had everything. And it was just a really cool place. I had no idea there was all these little shops in the back of the building that were all separately, looked like they were separately owned. I'm not sure if they were rented or how they handle it, but very cool. I like those old Santas. I was going to pick up on them, but the prices for me in most of these places were not something I could afford to make a profit on. However, for my own collection, different story. So lots of vintage clothes. This was all one little building, and they had the most amazing amounts of jewelry I think I've probably ever seen. And this was just one of the little shops. And I have a lot of jewelry, but these people definitely had more. So it was fun to see some of the pieces that you just don't see anywhere. So great shopping experience if you want that unique item or something for a special event. This is definitely the place that you want to go. Very unusual things. I mean, they had trays and trays of pins and earrings and necklaces and cases full of stuff. So neat. Was a very fun day. But like I said, we tried to fit an awful lot in one day, and it was pretty tough. So I was quite overwhelmed. But and you can see I'm trying to shop too. So if my camera gets a little wanky, you know that's me. If it's nice and steady, that's my husband's work. So like I said, this was still all in the same building. Unbelievable. This beaded purse was beautiful. I think it was around $68. Oh, I just loved it. If I had a special event to go to, I would have bought that. Lots of hats. And there's some clothing and all sorts of smalls, which is the stuff I like. Cute little dogs. Little vases and boxes. If you don't find it there, I don't know where you're going to find it, because I think there was more antiques at this center than I've probably ever seen anywhere. There's lots of glassware. and pictures, furniture, anything you could possibly imagine. So we're going to go into the vintage Junkie, and this is still at Mt Dora in the Antique Center. Look at all those hats. They're beautiful. Now, we just showed you a few of these little stores, but like I said, there was numerous little buildings, and we just did not have enough time in that one day to get to them all. So if you come out here, definitely plan on staying for a day or two to really see everything. This table was just beautiful. Somebody had some serious artistic skills for that one. So this was in the vintage Junkie. It was just one of the little stores that, like I said, that we went into. Lots of vintage clothing. Beautiful items. Nice furniture. There's some old suitcases and old purses, of course, I love. And any kind of home decor you probably could ever want. I just can't say enough about this place. It was just so cool to see all the neat things that they had. And then to have the flea market on top of it was a huge bonus. So there's lots of depression glass that's mixed in here, and there's some farmhouse objects. And lots of statues and boxes. And this is a picture of the outside of one of the little shops. They had it decorated so nicely. And just to show you a little bit of variety, this one had more garden-y type objects and more architectural salvage type things. A huge variety. And this is Ageless Antiques and Gardens. Now, there was also a big, large building, and it said Consignment on it, but I'm not sure if it was Consignment or if there was dealers that had booths. It kind of looked like to me that each dealer rented a booth, but I'm not sure how that was handled. Regardless, this was huge, and there was numerous booths within this building. So we just did a little bit of this. We weren't able to do all of it because we were running out of time. But what a nice place. Beautiful stained glass lamps and lots of glassware, depression glass. Now, there also was an outside building that day because there was an antique show. I'm not sure if they typically have that every weekend or how they handle that, but this was the outside area. And this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles saying goodbye, and stay tuned next week for more of our Florida trip.